And still we look up, and still we dream of crossing the dark between what is and what could be. The fastest thing we have ever built is the Parker Solar Probe. At its closest pass to the sun, it reaches 430,000 miles per hour, faster than anything in human history. We stood and we cheered. But light travels at 670 million miles per hour. The Parker probe is traveling at 1/16th of 1% of the speed of light. At that speed, our nearest neighboring star, Proxima Centauri, just 4 light years away, would take over 6,000 years to reach. We have not even left the room. And still we look up, and still we dream of crossing the dark between what is and what could be. To go faster we need fuel, but fuel has mass, and mass needs more fuel to move it, and that fuel has mass, which needs more fuel. This is called the tyranny of the rocket equation, and it cannot be argued with. To reach just 10% of the speed of light, using chemical rockets would require more fuel than the mass of the observable universe. The universe has locked the door and swallowed the key.
So we think differently.
We build a ship,
Not for one lifetime,
but for many,
a vessel so large,
so completely self-contained that born, live their entire lives and die, never having seen the world that launched them, their children,
and their children's children.
carry the mission forward across the centuries. You do not make the journey. You begin it. But consider what we are asking. We are asking people, born in the void between stars, to maintain a ship of absolute complexity for 500 years or 1,000. We are asking them to believe in a destination they will never see, to sacrifice everything for people not yet born. History tells us what humans do in confined spaces over long periods of time. This is not an engineering problem. This is a human problem, and it may be the hardest one of all.
And still we look up, and still we dream of crossing the dark between what is and what could be.
And maybe that is enough. Maybe that is everything. And then there is the universe itself. Beyond the protection of Earth's magnetic field. Space is not empty. It is filled with cosmic radiation. High-energy particles fired from dying stars, from colliding galaxies, from the universe's own violent heart. Over years and decades, this radiation breaks down the human body, damages DNA, clouds the mind. The universe did not build itself for us to cross it.
And still we look up, and still we dream of crossing the dark between what is and what could be. And maybe that is enough. Maybe that is everything.
And still we look up, and still we dream of crossing the dark between what is and what could be. And even if we solved every engineering problem, every human problem, every radiation problem, we would need to know where we are going. We scan the skies with instruments of breathtaking precision, and we find them. Planets orbiting distant suns, some the right size, some the right distance, some with the right chemistry. We call them Earth-like, but we are seeing them as they were hundreds or thousands of years ago. That is how long their light took to reach us. The planet we are aiming for may have already been swallowed by its sun, struck by something vast, lost its atmosphere, grown cold and dark. We are navigating by the light of the past, aiming at a ghost. But let us dream even bigger. Let us say we reach another star, another planet, another beginning. We are still inside our own galaxy, the Milky Way, 100,000 light years from edge to edge. And beyond it, the Andromeda Galaxy, 2.5 million light years away, is actually heading toward us at 250,000 miles per hour. The distances between galaxies are not just large. They are a different category of large, a different kind of number that the human mind was not built to hold. To escape our galaxy entirely would require energies so incomprehensibly vast that the concept of fuel becomes meaningless. We are not trapped in a room.
We are trapped
In a room, inside a building, inside a city that stretches forever in every direction. And still we look up, and still we dream of crossing the dark between what is and what could be. And maybe that is enough. Maybe that is everything. And then there is time itself. Einstein showed us that as you approach the speed of light, time slows down for the traveler. In theory, a crew traveling at 99% of the speed of light might experience only a few years while thousands pass back on Earth. Everyone they knew already gone. The civilization that built them, risen and fallen, perhaps several times over. You cannot phone home, the signal would take, as long as the journey to arrive. You leave humanity behind, completely and utterly, and forever. So here we are, a species of extraordinary brilliance that has split the atom, mapped the genome, built minds from silicone, and sent our machines to the edge of our solar system. And we look out across the cosmic ocean, and we understand with breathtaking clarity exactly why we cannot cross it. The laws of physics are not a challenge waiting to be overcome. They are the architecture of reality itself. We are not being tested. We are simply very, very small in something very, very large. So perhaps the question was never, can we leave? Perhaps the question is, why would we want to? We have a planet of almost incomprehensible beauty and complexity that took 4.5 billion years to make. A thin layer of air, so fragile that if the Earth were an apple, the atmosphere would be the skin. Oceans that regulate our temperature, forests that clean our breath, a magnetic field that wraps around us like a living shield, protecting us from the very radiation that makes the universe so hostile. We did not earn this. We simply arrived here, in the only place from millions of billions of miles where the conditions were exactly, precisely, miraculously right. And we are the only species that knows this. And yet, we still look up every single night. We still look up and still we look up and still we dream of crossing the dark between what is what could be. And maybe that is enough. Maybe that is everything.
And still we look up, and still Still we dream of crossing the dark.